everyone, I'm Alex and welcome back to the Internet Sensation podcast. I'm here with your co-host,
Tiana. Hello.
And we have a guest in WildSpartanz. So how you doing, WildSpartanz?
Yo.
How you doing? Or
Yo,
Brandon.
what's up?
Don't forget.
Yo, what's up?
It's probably Brandon. We'll probably refer to him as Brandon.
don't
A lot
call
of
me
people in the
WildSpartanz.
comments are always like, I always
Who's
refer
this
to people by their real
person?
names, but WildSpartanz with a Z isn't exactly, it's not really what you want to go in with first. Get a new username, mate. So before we properly begin, because we don't want to let them talk yet,
Okay.
I want to say a massive shout out to the fact that we now have a Patreon, which already has one person pledged because he sneakily found it
Thank you so much.
before he was meant to, so that's appreciated. But I just want to go through the tiers. So the Patreon, I deleted my one. I've already made a long Twitter post about that. So the only Patreon that is running that we earn from is for the podcast, because that's actually what needs financial support, because my channel doesn't anymore. So that's pretty neat. But we have a $1 early access to podcasts. Then we've got $5 access to the private Patreon Discord, where you get to join voice chat with loads of two really great people.
Get to talk to us.
It's well worth $5 a month, obviously. Then you've got $10. You could submit a question. We'll answer them on the podcast at the end. And then $20 for a verbal shout out. And we will also be working on that tier so you get more for your money. So there you go. Link in the description to the Patreon if you want to support us financially. As well as that, you can listen to the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud, also linked below. So there you go. WildSpartanz. My favourite podcast co-host.
We've known each other for...
We had trending topic, we had comedic relief.
How many podcasts?
They're all dead.
Yeah,
they're all dead.
We killed all our podcasts. Whose fault was that? It wasn't mine.
Oh, it wasn't. Whose was
wasn't.
it then?
I mean, okay, so trending topic.
Trending topic was not your fault, but comedic relief was most certainly your fault.
Okay, we'll cover trending topic first, because a lot of people were really upset that trending topic went under. And to be fair, so was I. But I was upset watching it go under as a co-host, because obviously we invited Elvis the Alien and Bionic Pig on.
Yeah.
And Anthony, the older Anthony, already struggled to turn up on time.
Anthony was on time way more than Jimmy or Aaron.
Combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony was great at turning up. But Bionic Pig, Elvis the Alien, they're the reason the podcast
That must be
ends.
really difficult to get like 5 people scheduled, synced up.
Yeah, we
mean,
were fucking idiots.
We didn't even do a 5 people schedule. We had it was 3 people like once or twice a week, and these 3 people met up and recorded, and then like
And
we'd
we
have a
couldn't
big
even do
one
that.
at the end of the month or something like that, and couldn't meet up, just couldn't, and it was it's frustrating. That's why it has Minecraft Let's Plays on it.
Whose
Trending
idea was it to
crafts.
start trending crafts? Was it actually yours?
Yeah.
So you killed trending topic.
Well, no, it was already dead, and I just was like, hey, Minecraft Let's Plays, why not?
I ran back and watched the final episode. I don't even have my actual microphone in, and I am drinking Jack Daniels and Coke.
Yeah, you got drunk. I remember.
I got absolutely hammered as we
Yeah.
recorded it, because I was in Omnia House, which is a story that we'll leave for another day, but that was fucking dreadful. So I was already incredibly depressed. So I was struggling to turn up to trending topic recordings. Then it became a Minecraft channel, and I went back and read through the
It
comments.
was a Minecraft channel because Jimmy, ironically, was like, let's do Minecraft Let's Plays. I'm like, let's actually do it. This podcast is dead anyways. And then Anthony was like, yeah, let's do it. And that's how it ended.
And then I joined in, and then it's just... I remember at one point I say, fuck it, I'm done, because I was drinking. And then Jimmy goes, we haven't even hit an hour yet. And I was like, he's actually into it. So that's basically...
No, Jimmy actually liked playing Minecraft.
Oh, he loved playing Minecraft.
I mean, to be fair, who doesn't like playing Minecraft?
Jimmy is Elvis the Alien, by the way.
yeah.
Aaron is Bionic Pig, just for anybody who doesn't
And
know.
Anthony is the other Anthony.
Yeah, which kind
That
of,
was-
that
that was
one
pretty
fills in
awesome.
for itself. And I'm Alex, just so you know.
Yeah.
And that's WildSpartanz, because he looks like a Spartan. He's very wild, as you can see. But yeah, we had the trending topic. We killed it dead. By far, I mean, I think this podcast is close to overtaking it, thank fuck. I think this one has more subscribers now. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you so
much for the
It's been
support.
great.
Not
so.
gonna lie, surprises podcast, not dead.
Same, because I'm on it.
Yeah, exactly. You were literally the podcast killer.
I've killed too many podcasts for too many wild and wacky reasons.
3.
Yeah. We don't need to
3?
go into all of them. The other one. With the bloke.
The one that starts with
Oh!
hot.
Yeah. The one that was very damp, especially when everybody was crying when it ended. Yeah, it wasn't good, that one.
And then,
I could totally go for some hot soup right now.
No,
I'm
I
sick.
wouldn't bother.
and then comedic relief ended. Because
That was by far the most expensive podcast we ran.
Yeah, and I was at every single one, and then You weren't.
Alright, so number one with comedic relief. So me and Brandon decided that we ditch everybody who couldn't turn up on time.
And then we would do it because we turned up on time.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, we could do it.
And
We're
he
the ones
did
who
it.
always turn up. And then I was in Omnia House, and I was like, fuck me, I've got depression. So I was like, I'm not turning up ever again.
And then Diesel replaced you.
And
for
then
the last
Diesel
episode,
replaced me for the last
basically.
episode. We had some black guy on.
Yeah, no, that was the last one. With some black guy, me and Anthony, and like that was like the second episode Anthony was on, and then it was just like dead.
I remember we met at VidCon, and we went, do you know what? I really missed the original trending topic.
Yeah.
So what we need
It would
to
have been
do,
a great idea
Let's
for
go
what was on it.
we need to bring Anthony back. So at VidCon, Anthony was like, yeah, I'm so down. I'm going to start uploading regularly. We're going to become YouTube gods.
What we do
And
here
we-
is go back.
It's just fucking awful.
Didn't work.
Number one, we recorded a promotional video. It was really good. And then I lost
You
the
lost the
files.
footage,
I lost the files.
and then you gave up.
And I gave up because I lost the files.
Yeah.
So that's why that podcast was completely obliterated. So that's why all the podcasts I do get ruined. But I suppose that's a pretty good way to transition into future plans.
Future plans. Which one are we gonna hit first?
Well, you could go for that one.
We're gonna move in together, and we're gonna have a big house and have fun and make things.
Make things.
We're gonna create content like the content creators we
And he's going to become
are.
the third host of the podcast.
That's not true.
It's not true.
That's not
to
true.
be fair, you'll probably be like, you just feature on it a lot.
You'll just be like occasional.
Hopefully, Diesel moves in,
Yeah.
and I can start something with
2
him.
podcasts where we all
FPS
guest every
Diesel.
single time.
FPS Beazle.
Beazle.
Great friend. Known him for 4
FPS Joe.
years.
These are good man. So the future plans is currently we're in Colorado, just so you guys know, if you're wondering.
We're on
the fuck are you?
holiday.
We're on the
Yeah.
hunt for Leafy.
We're number one. We're looking for Leafy. He's here. We're trying to find him.
Leafy is here.
Yeah, he literally is here. See, that was clever. But also we're in Colorado because we're
It's
looking.
my birthday.
Yeah, and it's your birthday. Can't forget about that.
It's my birthday.
So it's Anna's birthday. So she came to Colorado just to get away for a week. Also, we're looking for houses because we all want to move in and become the next phase,
yeah.
the next clout gang. Don't
Phase Alex, Phase Anand,
Phase
Phase
Rice Gum.
Brandon.
we? At the end of the table.
Phase Rice Gum.
There you go.
Phase
I mean,
Spartans.
if I make at least 50 grand a month, I'd be okay with being Phase Rice
Phase
Gum.
Rice. Yeah, I take that. I take the name change. So the plan is to get a house, Colorado, and just start making shit, which I suppose this podcast is centered around you. So what is your plans for like 2018 YouTube
Well,
wise?
obviously the moving thing, that's kind of entwined with YouTube, but I also want to do more bigger projects because I was working on one for like the majority of 2017 after like July. I've been working on it for a while, and I had like all the research done, all the scripting done, but then it was on Tasha Mama, right? Channel's gone. So I can't do that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
that fucking video you working for ages, her channel's literally been removed.
Yeah, I was digging into her and everything like that. She has like this. She has like a insomnia website where she sells people insomnia cures, and it's like this whole like homemade medicine shit. She's cancer. I'm glad she's
That sounds
terminated.
awful. Homemade
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah, and she's all about like alternative medicine, like painkillers, for example. She won't give them to her kids or anything like that. She also won't vaccinate her kids.
Oh,
And her source for vaccinating her kids or not vaccinating them was like, oh, there's mercury in vaccines. It gives your kids autism. and then also on that same website, just the top of it was just like buy book, buy movie, rent book, and it's like donate. It's like all these ways to pay them. It's like, yeah, this is a great website. Don't let us scam them.
Trying to make a good video because then obviously people could have started harping on about trending topic.
Yeah, but then I have something else planned. I'm working on right now.
Yeah, stop all the trending topic videos. We'll never stop doing trending topic videos.
No.
You can't change that ever. So yeah, I mean that sucks. That video's not gonna be done. I mean personally for me, it's like I want to get a bad bandwagon out at some point. I'm just like, it's so much work, and I want it to be perfect to the point where does it just scare you away from actually making it?
Yeah, another problem with it
Yeah.
as well is it's like you put so much work into this thing, and it's almost
Gets half the views.
it's guaranteed to get less views first off. It's also guaranteed to get demonetized most of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know.
Rick and Morty video was
My
demonetized.
Tasha video would have been demonetized for sure because it was about her breastfeeding
Rick and
her
Morty
children.
video was demonetized. Literally my Rick and Morty video, and then it ended up getting copyright claimed in the end anyway. Which and that's why people are like, well, it's like the reason why posting every other day is easier is because it's just I feel mentally better doing it. And also the videos are just as good as a bad bandwagon, and that's the most annoying thing is that, yeah, I may spend a week on a bad bandwagon, but I feel like a video that I can make in 2 days could be one of the best videos ever made. Because YouTube is 99% personality, and people really forget about that.
It also is like flow and format is over like all pretty much. And also one thing is as well is like it depends on the topic. Certain topics are just way more appealing to watch.
Yeah, certain topics are just easier to write for.
Yeah, also,
I mean, the Rick and Morty video was gold. I had so much fun making that video. The dab video was fun. Fidget spinners was also great. But, I mean, the Harambe one, that video is just like, that was my first bad bandwagon. And I hate that video.
I made a video on Harambe too.
Yeah.
Called the Harambe Insanity.
So we don't just do YouTubers, we do Harambe as well.
That Harambe video was the first one that Item saw from you. That's so funny.
that was the second video I ever saw from
Second?
me. The first one was the leafy one. So when people are like, don't do trending topics, it's like, shouted me out for a leafy video, so, you know. But, yeah, he saw the Harambe one, and he came on my Discord, and he was like, good stuff. And I rewatched it the other day, and I was like, I don't know what he saw in that video.
Not your red hair.
Not my red. Yeah, probably just that.
He's like, oh, he's normal. Oh, red hair.
Oh, no, he's not. Oh, made a mistake. Can't take off him.
Every YouTuber gets dyed hair.
Oh, pretty
at
much.
some point or another. I'm probably going to end up with red hair at some point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to. You got to boost your subscriptions. That's how it works.
Hey, guys, we're going to get red hair. Just 1 million subs.
I mean, I still have to do. I'm waiting probably till next week for Twitch to pay me because they pay you on like the 15th for me to be able to.
That's such a weird time.
They've got weird paying time, like because I haven't been fully paid for the charity stream yet. So if you're wondering why there's no update on that, I'm not running away. I literally just haven't been paid, so I can't send the rest of the money over because I'm living off savings right now because we haven't even been paid for my networks yet. So.
No,
we're poor.
We don't have a big payment coming from the networks yet, and then it's like we switch. So it's like we have like this couple $100 payment, which I haven't gotten yet, by the way, because it's a wire transfer, it's international. I have to wait till Monday because it's a weekend.
I checked my got payment for it. It was 40 cents. Like,
at least you got 40 cents.
I can eat.
You can buy some Lego with that. One Lego brick.
One Lego brick. Yeah, exactly. Which is probably where it would go. So events. That's something that we all should be doing together.
So,
which ones are you going to?
PAX East and VidCon for sure. I already have the flight booked for PAX East. We still need to get an Airbnb, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Which ones are you going to?
So I'm going to PAX with him, and then which we still need to book the Airbnb.
Yeah, Diesel messaged me about that. He's like, we need to get the Airbnb. I'm like, yep, I'll talk to Anna at some point.
Hey, and then I want to go to Insomnia, but it depends on my schedule, and then VidCon will all be there.
See, I don't know about PAX because a lot of people I'm maybe going PAX to these two, but. Being a legal person in America is very hard.
Illegal?
Legal.
I was gonna say.
Easy to be illegal.
It's very easy to be illegal in America. You just don't leave. I don't want to fuck up my work visa, so I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe I'll try jump back to the UK. I'm jumping back to the UK for Insomnia in March, so see you there if you're there. 100% going, and then I'm basically sitting in the UK until they grant me my work visa, and then I'm coming back and. Hopefully we're going to get a house.
Yeah. We're still sorting that out. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're looking at places.
Yeah.
And also Anthony's here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anthony.
Theodore Banthony.
Yeah, the man
put B in front of everything.
The real killer of podcasts. Because he doesn't upload in his channel, so just blame him.
I don't know about that.
He's got the least amount of subs.
But I still think Internet Sensation is the killer of the podcast.
No, not this one. This podcast is the survival podcast.
Hey,
this
we're
is
matching.
The revival. We are, yeah.
See, I would
internetsensation.shop.
There you go. Yeah, pretty much.
See, I would say third time's a charm, but it's the fourth time.
Yeah, which means if it doesn't work this time, it really is over.
Yeah.
So that's the rule.
Podcast.
So we're trying to keep this one going. So don't forget to support us on Patreon. Because I think the issue is that we got way too far ahead with our previous podcasts. We got an animated intro. And this podcast, actually, the amount of money we've sunk into
the podcast,
it's like three times more.
The podcast was completely fine. You're just trying to make excuses.
We've spent so much money on this podcast.
Yeah,
those microphones alone are like $800, aren't they? Like, or maybe $1,000.
400.
And also like all the IKEA furniture we got just to set up the set.
Yeah, we got a table.
She just got $100.
And then the backdrop, the sign.
I didn't buy this.
The camera.
This is a present.
It was a Christmas present.
Fuck me. I wish my podcast
Last year,
was a present.
free
I
shit.
wish the whole podcast a Christmas present.
So I feel like we could probably transition into the one that comes up every fucking podcast because let's face it, it's where we've all grown up in pretty much. The commentary community.
Oh my god, what a surprise. The commentary community. Every time.
So we basically have done every podcast we've ever done on the commentary community.
Yeah.
Mainly
I see
because
people. Diesel told me, he's just like, yeah, listen to podcasts. Like, never stop talking about the commentary community.
there's just so much to say.
A lot of stuff happens like
It's-
every week.
And it's all good, obviously.
Is it good?
So do you want to jump in? Me and you are both the victims of
Victims.
Keemstar and Kavos.
Victim.
I wouldn't call us victims. Nothing happened at all.
No. I mean, fucking Keemstar went on a rant on Twitter and it's called me Wild Fat. Keemstar, be more fucking creative with your names.
His name's a shit.
Like, Ice Age, that's decent. But Wild Fat Ass? Like, that's the best you could come up with? Oh,
You don't praise him for my one.
no.
That's incredibly unfair.
No, Ice Age is a decent
No,
one.
honestly, the issue is with
decent.
the issues with
What?
Keem is that he gave me the long tongue one, and I took that and I branded it. But the Ice Age one, that's unfair because if I branded that, it's a copyright strike and a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And he's done. I feel
True.
like he wants me to get sued. He's done it on purpose. He was like, I don't want him to turn this one into some branding that he's done before. So he's decided to just go, you know what, I'm going to pick a character for a film. You can't monetize that. So on his part, genius there. But it's interesting how much he brings us up, I find.
For someone who's so, like,
Far ahead.
or like ahead in their eyes, it's like he really likes looking back on smaller people.
I mean, YouTube-wise,
talking about
he's
them.
really, really, really far ahead.
Oh yeah, but like I don't know, he just thinks he's above everybody, but it's just like he keeps
I
going
think
back to
he's a
people
really
smaller.
good businessman. That's one thing that I get complimented
I
about.
think anybody who says he isn't would be lying.
Yeah, he lied
He's
about
very
he
good.
lied about his degree to get a job in
Yeah,
legal,
that's
So-
in a
genius.
legal department.
It is
Yeah.
so difficult to run a business in this like community and like this
Just gonna
atmosphere
detail
because
spotlight.
like to get people to work together or even show up to work or do things properly is just it's so difficult.
I don't praise him for that. Like that's
But
that's
even
just
just,
finding
like-
people who aren't fucking complete morons. Like, I mean, like the one thing that I feel like he does well is obviously like he makes money. Apart from that, like the way he makes money is fucking abysmal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like so
Like,
when,
where are
it
your
comes to, when it comes
morals?
to when it comes to the end goal, it's great because I feel like the one issue I always have that every time I speak to somebody who used to hate him and then they decide that they want to like him again, they go, well, business wise he's great, and I was like, all right, so you've probably got some type of venture with him.
I think the biggest problem is no one looks back on Keem's behavior. They just they
he's
look
like
at the
Jake and
now.
Logan. In my opinion, he's just like Jake
Oh,
and Logan,
yeah.
where he implies the tactic where if I fuck up and I fuck up harder, he has got to the point where, and he's
Nothing is a surprise from him.
but he's done it on purpose. Generally, I believe he has.
Yeah,
I
no,
generally
I
believe
agree.
he realised that if you are the worst human being on the platform, there is nothing that anybody could expose you for. And that is genius in its own. But at the same time, the fact that then people go, Keemstar is my mate, and I think he is, I have some respect for him. Like, fuck me, like, where'd you lie? I just find, I don't understand how anybody could coerce with the bloke, or even listen to his opinions when they are so, they're strategic. They're not real.
Yeah, he often makes shut up just to fit his agenda.
Just to stir the waters.
Even in the Chubb situation, there was certain stuff that he over-exaggerated on, purposely didn't research.
Yeah, because
just
he
to make
doesn't
him
like
worse.
he doesn't like Chubb.
But my issue with that is that I fucking despise Billy for what he's done. But at the
Yeah,
same
he shouldn't have
time,
done it.
well, the thing is, Billy is such a fuck up that you just could just tell the truth and his career would be over. You didn't need to lie. It's like, there's no need to like go out of your way to really exaggerate the story when he's that much of a fucking.
I mean,
idiot.
that's always been a problem with Keemstar though. He'd exaggerate literally everything. Like with Basher, for example, he called him a pedo, right? But legally he was not. He was ruled in court to not be one. So therefore, what he was saying was inaccurate. And then that was his time where he was like, "I'm nothing but the facts. I'm all the facts. No opinions here." No, you even trying to rule off as pedo being slang. He should have ruled that off so he could call people pedos
Nonce
and get
is
away
slang.
with it.
Nonce is slang. Use nonce. And also it'd be funny to hear Keemstar say it.
Pedo is just
Yeah.
a short version of pedophile.
Yeah, nonce is like actual like British slang for people who touch kids.
Yeah.
Which is why I always use that one. Because some people go, "You call him a pedo?" I go, "No, Call him
I call them a nonce.
Call him a nonce, man.
I love listening to Baited though, especially when like clowns on it, because like you'll hear like Keem say something like ridiculous, and then like Chad and Clown will be like, "The fuck are you on about?"
I always lived for clowns' reactions on.
I do too. It's so
Yeah,
good.
like for example, the whole pyrocynical thing.
Yeah,
or
like how
pyrocynical's building the counter, he's building an army.
He's
No one
built-
calls out pyrocynical.
I mean, let's talk about
complete
this.
bullshit.
So, like, when he always talks to the commentary community, he pretends like he doesn't reference me and you, but the only people he really references are me and you.
When he
he's
says
not
the
referencing
commentary
Leafy.
community.
And already in that you've got two people, and that's already a 50% split of one person who was shouted at by Niall and one person who wasn't.
Yeah.
So it's like already
Round up.
already by default, like he loses that argument, and then I'm trying to think who else. I mean, I already went through this on the
He
last
shouted
podcast.
out Lando. We're talking about people who shouted out.
Lando doesn't make videos.
Lando kind of wore
Slazzo,
Slazzo.
Donald Duck,
Yeah.
James Key.
James Ski.
But none of those people
and
even.
Zaptoy.
And
none of those,
Zaptai.
yeah, they don't talk about Keemstar.
All make commentary videos.
One
most
of them
them.
can't.
James Key doesn't. Slazzo makes Reddit videos, nowhere near Keemstar.
Slazzo's
Lando
just-
doesn't make videos. Aiden makes videos about like games. So it's like
Aiden doesn't make videos.
I'll give it a benefit of the
Zaptai's
doubt.
just-
there.
He doesn't make videos.
But
I meant Solid Shibe. Thomas doesn't like King, but it's not a commentary.
the worst times to do to Keem is make a meme about him with him screaming at something with that little webcam with a fucking
The-
corner.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thomas
the
makes so
Xbox
many
Live
Keemstar
videos.
memes.
I
Yeah.
fucking live for Keem's old school Xbox Live videos, especially the one where Kanye West Power is playing in the background, and he's going, "FAG has been suspended. This is an attack from the Xbox
FAG.
enforcement team." And I miss 2011 Keemstar, because that's when he was being a cunt, but not really costing anybody anything.
It was just funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, there was no, I'm going to on purposely go out my way to fuck with somebody for literally no reason at all, or just because they've made videos on me.
Well, to be fair, the reason I made videos on Keem are pretty good reasons. I mean, yeah, looking back at it, a little bit too angry, my opinion.
He doesn't like.
But
But that's not the issue, as because I always used to get in Discord call and speak to him about it, and he never used to hate me when I was the issue I had with King is when I actually made videos on him, like specifically on him, he didn't really have an issue. He didn't really care.
he cared for me.
I feel like that's what he says though, and then he
No,
brings
we used to
it
speak in
back.
Discord. He didn't give a fuck. Like, he didn't care until my channel went, wait, and he was like, "You lied about me," and I go, "Where?" And he goes, "You lied about me," and I go, "Where,
Yeah,
Daniel?
he never
you
points out
lied."
where
I'm
you
like,
lied.
"Where though,
That's really
Dan?
annoying.
Where's the lie?" Like, I mean, one thing he could critique me for is the fact that I just basically did what he does on Drama. I just read stuff that was written down, or when Keemstar docs somebody, and I pull up the video of him literally reading out "Smile for YouTube's address"
Yeah.
and shit, and then he's like,
I didn't dox him.
"I didn't dox him. I just read his address out, and somebody else did it for me."
But his defense for that was something like Smile for YouTube was making chargebacks on his PayPal or something like
And
that.
I think
but it's
Smile
like
for YouTube swatted him first. But at the same time, if you, that's like he swatted me first, so I swatted him back.
it's like if you know who swatted you,
Call
tell
the
the
police.
police. That's what he did to the other guy. He turned him into the police, didn't he, or something like that? It's like,
yeah,
you know how to do it. Why didn't you do it?
yeah. It's
So
for
oh,
me,
man.
it's like I think the issue is that normally what I do is I have a cool down period where I just I actually try and forget all the stuff he's done. And I go, all right, from this point onwards, I'm going to treat Keemstar as if I've never met him before. And within the first week, he fucks me off again.
Well, with Keemstar, it's like yeah, I disagree with or I agree the fact that looking back at someone's past and critiquing him for that is bad because it's like they change. People can change in a month, right? But with Keemstar, it's like his past behavior still lines up with his current behavior, so you can still critique him for the shit he did in the past. It's just
He's
like,
way better now, though. I
yeah,
will give him
he's
that.
definitely
yeah,
gotten
for
better. But
sure.
it's like this is what you did in the past, and this is like example of you not changing at all. And it's like you've been doing this for how long, type of thing. So that's where I think it matters.
I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't had some pretty reasonable conversations with the bloke. But the only time they became unreasonable is when he decided to start throwing the insults. And I never got that. Because I'll join a call with him and be like, all right, I'm going to treat you as if like I don't fucking know you are. And then he'll just be a cunt. And I'm like, well, okay, you just reinforce everything I believe about you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's just an ass.
Which is why it's amazing that I find it, one thing I find, which is my one issue with commentary channels, if you are one thing with commentary channels is, which we wanted to get onto, was the fact that commentary channels are opinions from people and not got to take the moral high ground to be completely morally correct. It's like, people have different opinions about different things. Welcome to commentary. People should look at it more as a vlogger who talks about YouTube stuff more than like this commentary community is just like over arc of like they have to be right every time, and they should be. That should be your aim. But it's like an impossible standard because a lot of people just have opinions.
Most of the commentary is just opinions. That's pretty much it.
I went back and watched a bunch of commentary videos the other day, and there's a lot of stuff I could have said that was wrong. I was like, but I could see where he was coming from.
Yeah, it's just opinions, and it's like people don't treat it as that. I mean, I think like definitely more so like a year or two ago, it was definitely like a moral thing. But I think it's evolved to the point where it's just opinions. Like it's like I don't think it's like a
and
moral
also
high
because
ground.
commentary is so widespread nowadays. I mean, our commentary community literally doesn't exist anymore. Which is why when Keemstar brought it up, I thought it was hilarious because
it's so strange because it's like we're like there's only like a couple people standing and like the one that we were brought up in, but then like there's like hundreds of others that we don't even really know.
Who's left? You got Jimmy, who doesn't, apart from his Logan Paul video recently, not a really commentary channel. Aaron literally doesn't upload, and when he does, it's like reality check. Really, all you got left is me and you.
To be fair, I'd still consider Jimmy and Eric commentary. I think commentaries are
they're
pretty broad
commentary, but
brush.
they're not like talk about YouTube.
They're not like commentary community.
Yeah, they're not like what we were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Very few people like stuck to that and kept that. Like they just decided to drop the whole YouTube stuff, which is why they upload way less because they don't want. No, they no longer want to talk about the YouTube stuff because they're not interested in it. Which says a lot. Like now you've got people like Cody Ko, Drew Gooden, Nerd City, Eddie Burback. Yeah, like those are like that's like new wave commentary.
Yeah, that's commentary, but it's not like a traditional commentary.
And it's also way more focused, which is the way I'm definitely going on. Less like if I make a video on you, it's not because I generally believe you're the devil incarnate.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the person, in my opinion. Like
my Instagram videos, I don't hate anybody in my Instagram videos. In fact, I don't even have a problem with them. I just find it funny.
I just don't like WildSpartanz.
Yeah, well, Lele Pons because she tried to donate her
charity
hair to
thing,
charity.
and then her deleting. I forgot the person's name.
Amanda Cerny stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. Stuff off Instagram.
She started deleting posts.
I don't like Lele Pons. Yeah.
Yeah, Lele Pons is a scumbag. Fuck her. But the videos I even make on her, I rarely bring that up. I mean, her and Curtis Lepore are the two Instagram comedians where I went, one of them's a rapist, which is Curtis, who pleaded to assault to get away with not having the rape charge against him.
I wouldn't say he's a rapist.
he pleaded to assault.
Yeah, but did he ever admit he was a rapist?
No, because he pleaded to assault.
Exactly, he pleaded to assault.
Okay, fair enough.
I believe he's a rapist. There you go.
Okay, so he was accused of being a rapist, and he went, no, I just assaulted her.
There you go.
Which is literally going, yeah, I did it, but don't charge me with rape. So he's an alleged rapist. He claimed my Instagram video on him, so he earned money off the fact.
Nah, all the Instagram comedians are on one network that claim your videos.
I blame him.
It's like Shot something.
Yeah, it's
the ones that gets them on the sponsors that
media,
put them on the trending page all at once.
That's the issue with the Instagram comedian videos. Is like I like making them because it's nice to just take the piss, but at the same time, they claim your videos when you make them.
Always, like they without fail, they just claim them. They find them and they claim them every fucking time.
So do you want to go into? I suppose we start opening up with Kavos and Keem. You want to talk about Kavos anyway?
The duo of Jeffs, basically.
Jeffs, is that what you're going to call them?
No. Kavos and Keemstar. Really interesting duo because basically Keemstar's dad and Kavos' little boy who copies Keemstar. That's pretty much it because their behaviors...
And I'm not going to say it's necessarily a bad thing because it's fine to like look up other people.
Their behaviors are identical.
But it's the behavior which is what I personally had an issue with.
Opinions are identical
My
too.
main issue with Kavos is the fact that he can't see himself in us.
No, he doesn't.
That's really my only issue.
I remember like 8 months ago or something like that, he called me out for making 10-minute videos, right? And it's like now more than ever, 10-minute videos are fucking crucial for ad revenue, especially since the January CPMs are horrific. They're terrible. But anyways, Kavos consistently makes 10-minute videos pretty much every video. And it's like, he's going to call somebody out. He still believes that he's not repetitive or anything like that, but it's like you go to one of his videos, it's just repetition.
And it is just a 10-minute video. But the thing is, and I think this is the most important part, is that we don't care.
No, we don't give a shit.
We actually think it's fine.
It's just more so the fact that it's like he's calling other people out
My only
doing
issue is
it,
that if you're going to say, WildSpartanz is bad because he makes 10-minute videos, and then you're going to do a 10-minute video and put mid-rolls on, it's like, at least apologise to him. Because the thing is, me and Brandon wouldn't have had any issue if he just went, oh yeah, actually, because when we first saw Kavos, we both looked at him and went, I see where he's coming from, and we understand it, because we both started commentating basically the same way he did.
Yeah.
We didn't like the people who were above us.
Yeah.
And we generally believe there was a lot of flaws there. And we both started as younger people. He's still a young bloke.
Yeah.
And then the more you grow, the more you realise that actually, it's like some people say you bend your morals obviously to gain, and that's fair enough. But at the same time, it's like also you realise, oh fuck, if I did this with any other job, I wouldn't be getting paid anymore.
Yeah, the way I see YouTube is it's like your own kind of growth. It doesn't really matter your age. It's like if you go into YouTube, you're gonna have to grow in certain spots. Yeah. So it's like, for example, when I first started YouTube, when I was really young, I'd say when I actually started going in on it would be 14 or 15.
You made your name.
Yeah, well, I made my name when I was 12. But it was like this moral crusade per se. It's like, I'm gonna grow. I'm not gonna do whatever all these other channels do.
I refuse to tag my videos. I refuse to tag my fucking videos. I literally never tagged my Let's Plays because I was like, I don't want to game the algorithm. And I look back on that and I go, fuck me, like, that's almost snobby. I actually hate myself for that. And like, because that would imply that if I met somebody who did do that, I go, yeah, you don't deserve it because you just typed in a bunch of stuff into your description. That's not fair. And that's why when Kavos came up and his original critiques or roasts, whatever he wants to call them, it was like, all right, fair enough. If you're gonna roast people for that, like, just don't expect them to be too happy when you start doing it yourself. I don't know why he was so amazed by that.
No, yeah, it's more so like he never actually had an opinion change. It was like the same thing. It's like he never actually clarified an opinion change or anything like that. But he still thinks he's like this entertainment god. He still thinks he's super entertaining. Everyone watches him and everything like that. It's just like, no, you're more so like me, Kavos, than you actually want to believe, you know?
I mean, he claims that he spends 2 weeks on every video, and then the Logan Paul drama happened, and literally he makes a video that when I watched it took about 15 minutes to record, and then it was
up in like 4 hours after the event happened.
It took about 15 minutes to record. It took maximum an hour to actually edit the stuff. It was a reaction video to the Suicide Forest video, and then he forgot to put ads on, which I give him benefit of the doubt. I believe he did.
It looked
but the thing is, it annoyed. The main reason that I got annoyed, and I'll admit this, is because of the fact that I knew if it was me who did a reaction video to the Suicide Forest video 4 hours after it happened, he would have fucking tried to annihilate me.
Yeah.
And that's not fucking cool. I don't like that. Like, I feel like commentating is fine. You don't have to like us. It's not what we're asking. We're not here to make friends. We made friends because we like each other as people, not through videos or for personal gain. Because when I made friends with Brandon, he was actually the lowest subscribed out of all my friends. Or Anthony, for example, who was here 5 minutes ago, he literally doesn't fucking make videos.
Yeah.
So I find it very interesting when people say, you just came here to make friends. It's like, me and Pyrocynical basically fell out for 4 fucking months. And that's not a secret. It's not a secret. Me and I weren't fucking friends. We were the opposite of friends. So it irritates me when that whole card is played. But it's like, okay, you don't have to like me or Brandon as people or even our content. If you don't like our content, you don't have to become friends with us. But I'm not going to say copy us, but technically it is because he's doing the same thing. But I don't believe he's doing it because we do it. I believe that he just started following a pathway that worked for him. He's getting 1 million views a video. He's obviously doing something right, but what he's doing is literally what we do. And that's why that's the only issue I took with it.
And it's like,
I don't have a moral crusade against the bloke.
Going back to the whole like you need to grow on YouTube type of thing as a person. It's like you start YouTube, and when I started YouTube 14 or 15, like actually grinding on it, it was like I wanted to grow and not do like clickbait or anything like that, right? Then I got older and on YouTube, and I just kept lowering my standards for like my morals per se, and it's got to the point where I am now where it's like, what is the issue with making a trending topic video? What is the issue with putting mid-rolls on it if no one's really complaining? What is the issue with tagging it? What is the issue with all of that? There is no issue. Like, it's not like I'm hurting anybody.
You're not actually hurting anybody. All you're doing is gaining.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I realize. It's like, I don't have an issue really by default with anybody gaining from anything if there is not somewhere a victim in that. I have an issue with something like Billy scamming a kid.
Oh, for sure. I think everyone has issues with that.
But I wouldn't have an issue. But I don't have an issue with somebody doing 10 minutes, putting 2 mid rolls on, and your audience choose to watch them.
Yeah.
I have an issue with people who attain money by trampling over people like Keem does by like literally running full stories to attain money. I don't have an issue with somebody making a 10-minute video and like fucking up a bit. Like I feel like there's a big difference. Like it's the intentions which is important, but the issue is that's the hardest thing to read from behind the screen.
Yeah, you don't know the intentions of people. Also, on topic of Kavos, I think Kavos. I don't know. I think we're basically like, I don't want to say the same people because we're not, but we're both you and me are more like Kavos than he likes to believe. And I think
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that.
No,
I don't want him to be upset that you said that because
no, there really is nothing wrong with it.
That I don't think I'm an evil person, so I don't believe he's evil.
No, this is the way I think I see it. I think me, you, and Kavos, it's like we perceive him as evil because he goes after us, and then vice versa.
The only reason I see him, my only issue is with him, and the reason that I believe he's necessarily bad is because of the fact that it's
the way he portrays
blind
himself
to actually what is going on.
It's the way he portrays himself on Twitter, and that he's also very aggressive, which doesn't help. If you do something he doesn't like, he'll.
I would never have made that. I would
aggressive.
never have made that video on him because he said, "Why didn't you make it original?" And I was like, "Because I literally thought it was a one-off." So I wasn't like. But then he carried on, and he carried on, and he carried on.
Yeah, he just acts like an ass on Twitter. Like that's pretty much the best way to put it.
So the Keemstar persona.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. It's like you can't really expect to be perceived as a nice guy when you're constantly being an
going
ass.
after other people.
Yeah, just being an ass.
And honestly, people say that's ironic with commentary channels, but I don't make a video on somebody and then go on Twitter and send them 60 tweets. Do I?
Yeah, I
Did
blocked
he?
Kavos. Yeah, he sent me 60 tweets.
60 tweets.
He made a video on me, and then he kept spamming me and spamming me and spamming me.
He
and
had
spamming
Brandon atted in the title, which is something that I've never seen a commentary channel do.
Oh, that was annoying. He's done that before. He's done it twice. That
yeah,
was really annoying.
I found that very uncool commentary wise. Like, share your opinion.
Just
and all,
spamming my
but like,
timeline.
I can ever imagine making a video on somebody and atting them to find it. Like, if they find it, they find it.
I would only add somebody to the title if they were like really, really bad. Like Logan Paul bad, and even then I wouldn't at Logan Paul most.
I was close to, but I thought actually, like, yeah, I don't. In my opinion, I was like, that's feign. I'm definitely feigning for more attention, and then my intentions are wrong. Because my intent, if I make a video on Logan Paul and I go, well, I want him to see it, and it's not because I want to actually share my opinion and how I feel, then it's not the same. The intentions change.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not the same video as before. Well, I suppose like that's Kavos done when it comes to that. What else we got here? We basically covered all of the stuff that we've written down. Keem versus Niall. Actually, we'll swing back to Keem versus Niall because of the whole building the commentary community agenda, which we basically covered. But so as we've already proven, Niall hasn't built shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
He doesn't even know how to run his own channel at this point, poor bloke. So he won't take offence to that. He will.
He needs help from
I'm
Dr.
sorry,
Algorithm.
Yeah.
but he doesn't. Niall doesn't really upload,
He's
so
algorithm.
don't worry. Niall doesn't upload, so when he starts properly uploading again, then I'll stop saying really awful things about him. But fuck you, best friend. So now we've put the irony in there. Keemstar's Twitter video. So he calls Niall out for
wait. The one where he
Tommy
admits. Oh yeah, the one where he's just like, yeah, I told people to make videos on people because I'm Keemstar.
So he goes, yeah, Pyrocynical tried to raise an army against me. And then the next day, Tommy C goes, I know that you asked Kavos to make a video on me. And then he goes, and the Twitter video, like, it is on his Twitter, and if it isn't, maybe I'll post it later for context, because I've got it saved, so don't worry, I've already watched it a few times, Daniel. He then goes, he basically says to Tommy C, yeah, actually, you keep on coming after me, but you can't do shit. You can't fuck with me. You can't fuck me up. I'm Keem. I'm a god. Like, whatever. Tommy C, you're a fucking puny cunt. Nobody cares about you. You'll get a lot of stuff on your show wrong all the time. It's like, that's ironic coming from Keem. Everybody who does this commentary thing gets shit wrong. So him saying you also get stuff wrong, it's like, welcome to people who talk into a camera who aren't professionals.
Yeah, part of the reason people get stuff wrong is because they have opinions. They want to stick to those opinions. Like, you ignore certain things because you just don't want to.
And that's how your brain works.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. I'm sure
it's automatic.
I'm sure one reason Kavos doesn't see me and you in him is because he doesn't want to.
No,
and that's fair enough. I feel like he may not even be aware.
The best way to prove a point is to try to prove it wrong. That's the best way to prove a point. Because if you're trying to prove it right, you're biased because you're only looking into like what you believe. But if you're trying to prove it wrong,
Yeah,
you might
exactly.
surprise yourself.
So basically, to get back on the line of things, he basically says Tommy's show is like full of bullshit. Can't touch him, can't like hurt him in any way, shape, or form. And he goes, if you want proof that I tried to get people to make videos on you, I asked Kavos, and Kavos said that your channel was too small. And then I asked Aiden Projects, the 12-year-old who Chubb scammed. The 12-year-old, he then went, I tried to use the 12-year-old to make a video on you, but he didn't want to put the time and effort in. So when he talks about building a group of people to ruin careers, there's only one person doing that, and it's the guy who gets 12-year-olds to make videos on people. And the thing is, I could relate to that. Kavos wasn't too convinced originally that he was going to make a video on me, and then Keem retweeted it because he literally said, reply if you want a video on I'm Alex. He got like no interaction. He was a very small channel back then, not because his channel's dead. He had like 5k followers on Twitter, and he got no interaction, which is like fair enough. Like I don't really feel like I've done anything horrific. And he ended up making the roast video anyway, because there isn't actually anything to expose me for. So he does the roast video, because Keem retweets it, and then it goes from 5 replies to 500. People going, yeah, fuck him, he's got a long tongue. And then he did the video on you, and then Aiden Projects blows up, and I'm saying this is a coincidence because Aiden keeps on saying that he's his own person. That's fair enough, but I can't blame him if he is influenced by people, because at the end of the day, he's a kid and he was influenced by Chubbs.
People are influenced all the time.
Why wouldn't I'm influenced by people?
And
so,
the way Keem talked to Aiden, even like a normal person.
He gave him a lot.
He talked to him, and he basically was like, you should think like this because you're 12. It wasn't like, this is what I believe. He was saying it like, you should think this way. Whenever I heard him speak to Aiden, it was just like, well, that doesn't seem very like a conversation.
It doesn't seem like he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart. Which
it seems like he was telling him what to believe and what to think. That's how I perceived it.
And obviously, I mean, also that was also wrong because he had a huge fucking hate boner for Chubbs, which was justified. So,
yeah, no, it was definitely justified.
Yeah, I disagree with Keem.
It just feels like Keem's like on a chessboard trying to move the pawns, like, you know, it's just like.
But my issue is such a shit job at it.
I know.
Well, it's because he can't influence anybody. Well, at least most people, because most people just see him as a bad person.
Kavos is kind of influenced him by him in some ways, but one thing I actually have respect for is the fact that Kavos will actually be like, "Shut the fuck up, Daniel."
Does he?
Yeah, he does on Twitter. He has. No, generally he has.
He has.
He has been like, yeah, you've done this wrong. So like, I mean, you know, and that's how you should be, especially if you're like not here to make friends. Then you should be telling everybody exactly how you feel all the time. But to get a 12-year-old who was scammed and then basically use him is fucking next level YouTube genius from Daniel.
It's such a bizarre tactic, like such a bizarre move. Like, why did you even do that?
It's a bizarre move for people with a moral standpoint.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the reason he shut her out to begin with was to make himself look better.
Dude, child labor.
He wanted to make himself look better, and he wanted to make Billy.
He's always done like the whole like, I'm gonna give people stuff for Christmas stuff. It wasn't the goodness.
Yeah,
of his heart.
like check your DMs for $100 Amazon gift card.
He's trying to make people like him because like all his fans just see it as being like, oh, Keem's such a cool guy. He gave this one kid $100 gift card to Amazon. What a fantastic guy.
I really like the part where he gave away Smart for YouTube's address. That was a good one. I like that gift card giveaway.
Fan asked for it.
Fan asked for
Address
it.
giveaway.
You gotta make your fans love you.
Exactly. You gotta have his address, mate. It's cool. Swatting people's fine. And then the best part about that whole swatting situation is then he interviews a guy who got somebody killed via swatting, and he's like, "You're a bad man." Oh, oh yeah, he's evil compared to the great Daniel Keem. Fuck me. There's so much stuff on him that like you Google his name and you read it, and even if you let's say you take the rule that 50% of it is true, the 50% that you take away from that makes him look like the devil incarnate, and it's just not even up for debate.
Do you think he lost anything from the content cop?
No, because Ian's audience would never fucking dare subscribe to a shithole like drama.
Yeah, true.
He did lose temporarily.
Like 2K, wasn't it? More than that?
He was in a pretty big slump for a long time until Mr. Jake Paul came around.
I thought he... Well, no.
Look at his social blade.
True. All his drama videos are Jake Paul.
But he didn't send him negative. I'm pretty sure he just killed his growth.
I'm pretty sure you went negative. Check a social blade. You have a laptop.
I don't say, Keem, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
No, his channel was in the slumps and he was complaining every day on fucking Twitter that
yeah, but that's
videos
because
didn't hit
that's
sub box.
because
Until Jake Paul showed up.
yeah, but that's because his content is wank.
I mean, he was still relevant, and people still like. I was wondering, like, what about people's opinions changing though?
He's got a 29 million view month.
Yeah, like go to like
My man eating well, Daniel.
like go down. You see the big drop, the one that went negative?
Is it?
No, down.
That was Leafy stuff though, wasn't it? That was Leafy.
Leafy's
That was the
exposed
entire
videos
thing.
were spring 2016.
I don't really think Ian contributed much to it though.
What-
Minus-
what-
minus
This is what
150K.
happens with content cops.
Minus 150.
Content cops happen, and it kickstarts a hate bandwagon for like the person who's in the content cop, like Rice Gum, for example, Tana Mongoloid, for example, Keemstar.
Tana
Yeah,
Mongoloid.
I call it Tana Mongoloid.
Okay.
Keemstar, for example, Leafy, for example. If Leafy was not content cop, one, he'd be fine, and two, people like Hey Watch Your Mouth and Jimmy would have made videos.
Leafy's channel will be dead now. Not dead, but he wouldn't be growing. Straight up.
He's already not growing.
Huh?
He's already not growing.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like okay. So
I think it's better to go down naturally than it is to just have an abrupt stop of your views dropping. So,
poor bloke.
I always love I always love when shit happens and just looking at people's social blades. Like, and either it just goes straight down or straight up.
I just don't understand how you could fuck up so badly on something where you could do in a minus 150k sub month.
you're Keemstar.
Or your scam kids, or you fucking hard nuts. It's just like, it's just mad. It's fucking insane. Even though half the videos were, I think my issue with when Keemstar lost their subs, which is the issue I had with him when he reports my stories, is Leafy's and Grade's videos had some facts to them, but also a lot not. And the thing is, Grade literally said, yeah, I'm doing this because Keem does it, which was the most retarded response ever. I'm going to call him a nonce because he'd call somebody else a nonce.
I get the logic, but when you're trying to play, like, he was trying to play the high ground with that. When you're trying to play high ground, you can't stoop low.
somebody's level, no.
So
I just go, well, this is the first time I'm going to call somebody a paedophile, so it's okay. Yeah, it's just like...
Well, taste his own medicine, to be fair.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that, but it's like, that's why he probably hasn't done it.
To be fair to Keem, though, he hasn't called someone a pedo in a very long time.
Yeah.
So, props for that. He's not calling someone a fucking
congratulations.
pedophile.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's decent.
It's a normal
of him.
thing to congratulate someone about.
Yeah.
It is on YouTube.
It is. Well, to be fair, I understand where he's coming from with that, because, I mean, there's a lot of dodgy people. I mean, the toy channels thing, I think that's the thing, but like, actually, you could tell he's scared of it, because I don't even think he really covered the toys channel thing, but if he did,
No, it was
don't
Jake Paul was
get too
popping.
upset, Keem, if you did, because you fucking hid it under a Jake Paul title, so I wouldn't have known.
If you control F on his YouTube channel, it's just Jake Paul like 30 times.
He posted on Twitter the other day, don't really know if I'm going to do a drum light tonight, guys, it's just Jake Paul and Logan Paul, and I was like, what's the difference?
To be clear, I don't really care he's covering Jake Paul 24/7.
I think it's just funny.
It's more so the fact
It's
that
it's
he
funny.
calls out other people for being repetitive.
Repetitive
Jake Paul,
content.
Jake Paul, Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's just a fucking barrel of hypocrisy. Well, anyway, we've discussed Daniel. We've got him back for the Baited podcast now.
Welcome to the Baited podcast.
So, what else we got? Logan Paul. Yeah.
So basically, like, Logan Paul's video was up for how long? Like, not quite a day, but like a little bit less than a day.
To preface this, we don't want to talk about
not the video.
We don't want to talk about the video, like.
But how YouTube handled it, basically. So Logan Paul uploaded a video, was up for several hours. People caught wind of it,
Didn't
and
like it.
Twitter blew up with it. He was trending, blah, blah, blah. And it was trending on YouTube, like #1. And because of all the shit he got, YouTube took it down. Because
No, they didn't.
what happened?
They never took it down. That's the issue.
They took down.
They didn't take it
Oh,
down.
Logan took it down. I'm sorry. Logan took it down.
Logan
YouTube
took it
took
down,
it
and
out.
that's why we brought it up, because originally we were just gonna miss it, because I did tweet. I didn't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about YouTube because of the fact that the way they've been acting recently is like when people there was a bias, and then I ended up on the trending page. I realized it was like 50-50 algorithmic, but then I did realize that they were manually checking over my video on trending, because my monetization would go yellow by the bot, and they would some bloke at YouTube in his office instantly fixed it because it wasn't trending.
I don't think that's how it works.
Only time my videos would instantly fix himself is trending.
That's a coincidence because
only time when I trend.
YouTube itself, it could be something in place, but YouTube itself doesn't actually handle the monetization. It's a third-party company YouTube's hired that works with AI.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Well then, but the trending. I mean, I'm sure they get them to check the trending page, eh? That must
But
be
can't they do
They,
manual?
they probably do have like a way.
They can
If
do
it's
manual
on
reviews,
trending,
though.
YouTube. I don't see why YouTube would ever put a video on trending and then demonetize it. That makes no sense.
No,
Yeah, because it should be advertiser friendly to be on
It has to
trending.
be
You would
advertiser friendly
think,
to be on
right?
trending.
But I mean, you'd believe. YouTube
doesn't have
but-
manual reviews.
Yeah, they can
themselves.
manually review it and then put it on trending.
Yeah, they have to send it to the organization who does it. I forgot who did it, but Trusted Flagger tweeted out a while ago.
But I'm sure they have administrative abilities just to flip the switch.
Yeah, because they're YouTube.
They're YouTube.
I thought they had third-party people hired who could go in and who were meant to like.
No,
do
they
it.
control that. They're all AI companies.
The issues with YouTube is the fact that nobody fucking knows what's going on.
Yeah, there really is no exact way to know.
But
to
either
be
way,
fair.
so basically, Logan Paul took the video down, and then a lot of people made videos on that video, and whether they showed the clips, however much they showed, a majority of them got taken down by YouTube.
Pyro's video, Keem's drama alert,
PewDiePie?
Elvis's video.
Anybody who showed the actual footage, you blurred or not, you get boned with it. So
Kavos'
This
video
is-
stayed up. It's
it
got
wasn't-
15 million views. So
it was
yeah.
demonetized after it was like officially demonetized. Though the theory is that they used the bot that works with the demonetization to find the
Oh,
clips.
so technically, if I hadn't have gotten to demonetize the video,
It probably would have
he
been
would have been
removed.
taken down. So.
Thing
Knows
is
me.
like for it to be Logan Paul, right? Millions of subscribers, millions of views, and for it to hit trending, and for it to not be taken down, for
Showing what he showed.
showing what he showed. I mean, it was a dead body. Like literally, it was
Yeah, but we
showing
don't
that.
really want to talk about that.
I
wanna talk
know,
about
but
YouTube.
it's just sorry, but it was just it completely went against the terms and conditions that YouTube put out.
It's not that. My issue isn't that. It's the fact that they have done everything in their power to defend him.
Yeah,
Best part,
basically.
the video was flagged and manually reviewed and confirmed to be okay.
Trusted Flagger tweeted that.
Yeah, because
It's
he has access to
His
flags
video
and
was
shit.
flagged by the people who watched it. YouTube went in and went, "Yep, we'll allow that." And then they made this post where they basically went, "It sucks that he did it, but we don't really have much control." I was like, "Oh, you do, you fucking YouTube." What are you on about?
Yeah, YouTube. I want this video on
They
YouTube.
would have
Wow.
put fucking ads on that if they could have. If they could have, YouTube would have monetized that. No fucking joke. And they would have greenlit it.
They don't care. YouTube does not care what videos have ads in them. That's why Toy Channel has as well. The whole reason ads were so good at one point was because they didn't care.
You can monetize
Every
anything.
video got ads because
Anything.
that's in their best interest. It doesn't make sense for them to be demonetizing as much content as they are because that results in them making less money. And they're already not making that much money, especially with the CPM drop that they recently had because
PewDiePie.
it wasn't
Well,
PewDiePie.
I mean, number one, they ostracized PewDiePie. They kick him out of his YouTube Red series.
Yeah.
For saying
Oh yeah,
the
that as
N word,
well.
not even like at a person. And then
It
I
was
go on
a hated
YouTube the
moment.
next day and it's like The Finning with Logan Paul. Do you guys want to watch The Finning? His YouTube Red original series, The Finning. Do you want to fucking watch it?
No, it really pisses me off about the whole situation with Logan Paul. It's like they treated PewDiePie like he was like a convicted criminal, but then Logan Paul's like, it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you the royalty and just like delete all the videos on you, pretty much, because why not? You know, it's such a double
It's like
standard.
they're trying to protect themselves.
What Logan Paul did was significantly worse than PewDiePie.
Oh yeah,
Significantly
for
worse.
sure. Especially,
Yes.
Yeah.
especially in context when you
Man
actually
says
know.
N-word has never actually shown any form of real racism to another person in his life. Man goes into forest, sacred forest. Oh, no, it's not.
Complete
Let's not even just
disrespect.
that. All of them. Let's just talk about this. Instead of just talking about the suicide forest. vlog,
Man goes in Japan.
He
and disrespects
completely-
everything.
every Japan vlog this bloke has done was racist. And don't give me that whole, oh, fucking SJW. It was racist. It who is fucking right. He's throwing Pokeballs at people.
He's throwing.
And he's going, gotta catch them all. And when he goes, Japan is like a real life cartoon. I'm like, oh man, please stop. And then he leaves an octopus on the back of somebody's car. He's not just mental, but he then goes into the Tokyo YouTube offices and be like, Logan, we love you, mate. And he's going around doing fake Japanese accents. And then there was a tweet found about him the other day that was, I really love the Chinese girls in Tokyo.
Oh, that was like super old though. It's just funny.
Yeah, that was like from
funny.
2012.
I think the issue is that he's like, I'm being the American idiot, but you are the American idiot.
He literally said that, like, the American idiot's arrived.
He's like, the American idiot's here, and he goes around. But the issue is that, okay, if he's playing a character, it's okay if it's like Borat or something. Because Borat was a guy who dressed up, who actually was Jewish, who dressed up as a guy and then went around Israel taking the mick out of Jewish people, who was a Jewish bloke. And that's why that's funny. Logan Paul is an American going into Japan, being an American, and literally going, yeah, I'm a racist and I'll fuck everything up. It's not the same, it's not a character, and it's not a portrayal. So that's what I think of Logan Paul's situation. YouTube defended him. They didn't do it with Felix when they actually had an argument with him. They can't actually defend this one. With PewDiePie, they could have just said, well, he's not actually a racist, but they didn't. I think the comparison is it's like with PewDiePie, there's like so much racial tension, right? But with that really affected it. With Logan Paul, it was like there was no tension of somebody going into a forest finding a dead body. Like there was no tension with that, so people didn't care as much. Because I guarantee you, if it was a racial slur, it would be over with his fan base. I think they just killed him. I think they would have erased his channel.
Yeah,
probably.
because there's so much tension for that, and like everyone.
Especially because in the YouTube Rewind, it was all about coming together.
Yeah.
They removed PewDiePie and go, we're all coming together. Fuck Felix. But that was it for this episode of the podcast. So I suppose we'll go into the one Patreon question we have, because you may be able to turn on the camera. It's very dark here. Living Demise, who is a $25 Patreon, and thank you for supporting the podcast with that amount of money. It means a ton. Why does Alex hate the yellow bathroom suite? What did it do to him?
So Alex posted a picture on, what's the picture?
Twitter.
It was a picture.
Twitter. Yeah, it's so we're in this Airbnb and
Everything's white in here.
Everything is super modern. Everything looks it's a single style, and then we go into this one bathroom. Everything's yellow.
Everything's
the
yellow.
Toilet, the sink,
bath.
the bath, the walls.
I really don't care.
And it's like a
It's
really
my
weird
bathroom.
yellow.
So the only reason I complained about it, like obviously, I think the best part is people take it really seriously. But there's a sketch, the Mitchell and Webb show, where the bathroom is avocado, and basically the people go in, kind of like Brandon, and they just don't notice it. But it's like, how do you not notice it? It's an avocado bath. Baths that are meant to be white, because they are.
It's just yellow.
It's meant to be
like
white.
retro. It's like retro.
My old people have yellow baths, right? And this is a modern building, so
It's super out of place.
I just found it funny because it was like I was living through that sketch. So I was just doing what Webb does in the show, where he basically just gets really angry for just over a bath. It's stupid, but yeah, I don't actually despise the yellow bathroom, but I haven't used it, so that's just it all. Really,
How
he's
is
the one
it?
to use it.
Huh?
How is it?
Just a bathroom.
Okay,
Just a
then.
bathroom with
You're
yellow on it. That's all it is. It's like demonetization.
No wonder Kavos hates you.
It's the demonetization bathroom.
It's the demonetization bathroom. Sure.
I talked to the demonetization gods on there.
D, pray.
Yeah, pray.
Please give me my January, December.
And then
AdSense
maybe it'll turn green.
Like all the videos just turn.
back. And then 12 hours later it goes yellow again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Well,
with this bathroom?
thank you guys for watching.
Thank
If
you
you
so
want
much.
to check out WildSpartanz, there'll be a link below. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Twitter. He makes good shit. You should watch it. And thank you guys for coming out from me and Anna. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace out, people, and have a good day.
Jeff.